Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss the top 3 best strikers in UFC history. These top 3 best strikers are objectively the best strikers in UFC history. I don't want to hear about Volkanovski and Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira. No, this list that I'm about to give you, these top 3 fighters that I'm about to list and give reasons for, are objectively the best strikers we've ever seen in the UFC. And if you do not agree with this list, then you clearly don't know anything about MMA, you don't know nothing about UFC, and you should probably stop watching because you don't know anything about MMA. So I'm going to start off this list. At number 3, one of the greatest strikers who is currently in the UFC in the lightweight division, guys. At number 3, we have the incredible Paddy the Baddy. This man is currently undefeated in the UFC for a reason. His striking is absolutely phenomenal. But not only his striking, but his striking defense specifically is some of the best we've ever seen. This man shows the best display of striking. This man rarely gets touched. And I know some of you are going to be like, well, Paddy's always getting hit. You're such a liar, blah, blah, blah. No. This man waves his bowl haircut to confuse his opponents and to bait them. Just like how Izzy baited Pereira in the rematch. And I love how all of you give Izzy so much credit for baiting Pereira, but he honestly got that game plan from Paddy the Baddy. Not only that, but Paddy the Baddy pops his chin out in the air as a sign of intimidation and fear. And this instills fear in his opponents, because when they see Paddy out with his chin up in the air, they think, wow, that guy is so confident in, in his chin that they know that if they punch him right in the chin, their hand will break. That's how freaking strong Paddy's chin is and how good his striking defense is. And not only that, but Paddy also has power in his hands, guys. I'm not being sarcastic. Paddy's such a good striker. Paddy's such a good striker that in his last performance, he got outstruck by Jared Gordon and he still won the fight. We have never witnessed this kind of striking in the UFC. Anyway, anyone that is a hardcore MMA fan knows that the kind of domination that Paddy put on Jared Gordon, Paddy won so dominantly that the UFC guys had to fake that this man needed neck surgery, that he was going to be out for a long time, to protect the rest of the division, to protect Islam Makhachev, to protect Charles, to protect Volkanovski, to protect Dustin from the wrath of Paddy the Baddy, from his striking, his hands, and most importantly, his striking defense, because the UFC knows that if they put Dustin Poirier against Paddy the Baddy, no one's going to be able to touch Paddy the Baddy. Dustin Poirier is going to choke because Paddy the Baddy just doesn't get hit. And when they're across the octagon and he sees Paddy the Baddy with his chin up in the air, no one has ever witnessed that. And he still ends up winning even when he gets outstruck. That's the kind of striking that the UFC fan base do not give enough credit for. And it's just some of the best striking we've ever witnessed in the UFC. Now, at number 2, this guy is a little bit better than Paddy the Baddy in the striking. And I'm going to go with Ryan Hall. This guy absolutely dominated Ilia Topuria, who people consider currently right now one of the best strikers in the featherweight division. I don't agree with that. I don't think Topuria is a good striker at all, man. And he clearly got shown levels when he fought Ryan Hall. Like, we've never seen this kind of striking. We've never seen this kind of striking on the ground. It is so fantastic and fast that the normal human eye, the normal casual eye, cannot catch the complexity and the level of IQ on display when Ryan Hall is on the ground. Like, it might not look like he's throwing any punches on the ground, but he is. But it is so fast that your little dumb mind cannot comprehend the levels that are being shown. That's the kind of level that you reach when you watch UFC and you watch Holly Holmes versus Bueno Silva. That kind of fight is fantastic. So not only that, guys. So I know a lot of you guys are saying, well, Hall lost that fight against Topuria. How is he a better striker? Well, here's the thing. Hall is so good that he takes his opponents to the ground to have mercy, to give them a chance to put a good performance and to bring money back to their families, because we know the UFC isn't paying their fighters the best right now. Also, not only that, but Ryan Hall he's a physical specimen. He has the kind of physique that every man dreams of. He imposes fear in his opponents with his careless expressions. This man is so skilled that he clearly shows that he does not care about this puny sport and its dumb fan base. He has to pretend to lose to Topuria to provide an opportunity for Topuria to climb at the top of the division. But not only that, guys, Ryan Hall, this man is so good that Volkanovski shivers at night thinking about Ryan Hall climbing up in the division and getting his hands on him because of his incredible striking. He knows that if Ryan Hall lands a good 1-2 on Volkanovski, Volkanovski is going to get cracked and he's going to get chin, and we're going to have a new champion in the featherweight division, a new featherweight go in Ryan Hall. So for that reason, Ryan Hall is one of the best strikers we've ever seen. He's at number 2, guys. Now, moving on to the best striker we've ever seen in the UFC has to be Ben Askren. And before you guys comment down below, oh my god, Ben Askren striking sucks. No, you've never heard of the spinning back fist of doom. The real MMA fans know that the spinning back fist of doom from Ben Askren can knock out anyone. It can knock out Francis Ngannou. It could knock out John Jones. It's one of the biggest what ifs in MMA history. Ben Askren is so good at striking that he was contracted by companies such as Academy to advertise the body bag, the punching body bag. And this kind of commercial convinced a lot of kids to start boxing because they look up to Ben Askren. They look at his peak physical shape and his high fight IQ and the speed of his hands. You know, he has fast twitch muscles. His flexibility is unmatched. And I know a lot of you are gonna say, well, didn't Masvidal catch him with a flying knee? Well, no, the flying knee was an absolute host. This guy is so good that he decided to take a nap during the Masvidal fight so Masvidal could become a superstar, because we all know that Masvidal is a journeyman and he will not become a superstar if it wasn't for the flying knee, the fake flying knee, which is a hoax. Because we all know Ben Askren would have dominated this man. Now, I know you guys are saying, well, no, yeah, you guys don't buy it. Ben Askren is so good, guys. Think about this. Comprehend this, you casuals. He's so good at striking that the boxing world needed Ben Askren to fight in the boxing ring to show his display of skill. And they put him against one of the best boxers in the world today, Jake Paul. In this massive fight between Jake Paul and Ben Askren schooled the Paul boy and showed him levels. Ben Askren got so bored of showing levels that he intentionally fell to the ground in the first round and signaled to the ref that he wanted to go home and invest more on Bitcoin currency before that shit crashed. Every hardcore MMA fan knows that Ben Askren's striking was legendary and that he has become one of the biggest what ifs in MMA history, specifically UFC history. Like, what if Ben Askren had fought Francis? He would have caught Francis with the spinning back fist of doom. It would have caught John Jones. He would have been the GOAT of UFC. But the real ones know, the real UFC fans know that Ben Askren is one of the best strikers that the MMA world has ever seen. And if you disagree with this take, you're an absolute casual and you don't know anything about MMA.